As the Marvel Cinematic Universe progresses, a huge backlog of characters and concepts are left floating in its wake. At this point, it's truly reached comic book levels of characters floating around, just waiting for some new writer to pick it up. But many characters, especially the villains, are pretty much done and gone. But a handful of MCU villains pulled off the miracle of surviving their initial appearances. Some have returned, and some probably never will, but the chance is always there, and we should try not to miss out on getting more mileage out of them. So, if we're picking villains who could surprise fans with major surprise returns, I can think of a few good contenders. The Vulture. Keaton's work made Adrian Toomes one of the best recent Marvel Cinematic Universe villains. He's both sympathetic and a total tool. He has some good points, but he's very wrong about his solutions. Plus, he's the perfect depiction of a hypocritical revolutionary. Sure, he has a point about the rich not caring about the poor, but the dude lives in a mansion and drives a luxury car. He literally complains that Tony Stark is too rich to do anything for the people other than fly around in an armored suit for his own benefit. But at the same time, he's too rich to do anything for people other than fly around in an armored suit for his own benefit. And might I add, it's a terrifying flying armored suit. That Vulture helmet is creepy as all hell, and I want to see way more of it. How in the hell did they make that Vulture scary? I don't know, but they did. Also, he ends that movie still alive and in jail. While he may be over his feud with Spider-Man, that doesn't preclude him from taking on some other heroes. Zemo. Sokovian Colonel Helmut Zemo lost his family during the battle between the Avengers and Ultron and tore apart the team in Captain America: Civil War without lifting a finger in response. We don't know what happened to him during the 5-year span of Endgame, but we can't imagine he was pleased that the Avengers resurrected everyone but his family. It's been strongly rumored Zemo will headline a Thunderbolts movie with Ghost, Justin Hammer, General Ross, and the Abomination, and it certainly would be very interesting to see how he copes with the pressures of saving the world this time. But more importantly, we need to see Zemo with his classic comic book costume. Scorpion. Not all MCU villains got to wear neat costumes in their film debuts. Some of them just showed up and were punched until they were unconscious, then the credits rolled. Mac Gargan, also known as Scorpion, was one of those villains. He popped up in Spider-Man: Homecoming as a known criminal who was preparing to do a deal with the Vulture for super powerful villain tech. But before he could get his hands on a cool tail or some claws, Spider-Man hopped in and beat up everyone. Scorpion is a special case. It would be awesome to see him come back as a badass member of Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery. Ultron. When Thanos was revealed in the Avengers post-credits scene, many assumed that he would antagonize the team in their second outing. Instead, Marvel Studios defied expectations and pit Earth's mightiest heroes against the Earthbound threat, a threat of their own making. Ultron is one of the most feared and iconic villains in the Marvel canon, but his appearance in Avengers Age of Ultron didn't quite hit the mark for many die-hard fans. We'd dearly love it if somehow this malignant artificial intelligence returned to the MCU, if only so that we could hear James Spader's silky bass recite Ultron's affable brand of villainy once again. Perhaps there's still some remnant of his consciousness lurking somewhere on the internet biding his time. Dormammu. Perhaps the greatest cosmic threat out there is the dread Dormammu, the other dimensional entity that rules the Dark Dimension. Dormammu is eager to expand his reign into our dimension. He was defeated in Doctor Strange, where the future Sorcerer Supreme forced him to swear to never attack Earth again. But let's face it, nobody expects Dormammu to abide by this promise. In fact, he made a similar vow in the comics, and he found his way around it many times. It's possible Doctor Strange 2 could introduce Doctor Strange's sorcerer's girlfriend Clea, and she's actually Dormammu's niece, which means the sequel could return to the Dark Dimension. So what do you think about a collection of supervillains who might get back to their revenge? Let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed our video, please make sure to leave a like, consider subscribing, and turn on that notification bell so that you will never miss any future videos.